IVM.
Hey everybody, welcome to another week on the IVM Podcast Network. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Paytm Money Upfront. Guys, we're heading into week 2 of the lockdown, and I'm sure it's been challenging for all of you, just as it's been for us. We're doing our best to make sure that we maintain our schedules, but beg your indulgence if we slip. In the meantime, if you're looking for more stuff to listen to, might I suggest you go dive into the archives. We got over 6,000 episodes of content we've created over the last 5 years, and I'm sure there's something in there that you'd love listening to. Anyway, stay safe, and let me get you started with your show.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru and I'm joined by 3 friends today, Aunstup, Vijay and Baru.
Hello.
All right. This is our friend Stoop's first time on the podcast, and I think we've had Vijay twice before, if I'm not wrong. And Baru has come on the podcast 6 to 7 times in the year 2020, which is kind of an amazing miracle. All right. So the topic for today is the best midfielders of the decade, right? So first question I would ask both to Stoop and Vijay is, do we still consider Cristiano and Messi as midfielders or as forwards?
I think it's safe to say that let's keep them aside. Let's keep those two freaks aside from this entire discussion. Otherwise, if you bring them into the entire discussion, it will become a Messi versus Ronaldo thing again. So let's keep them aside.
No, but are they midfielders or forwards? We'll keep them aside, whatever they
God,
are.
he's already putting them on the... Before it starts, he's put them on the bench.
Better to categorize them as forwards. Categorize them as forwards and keep them aside.
All right, Vijay, I am assuming you agree with that as well. Keep the freaks aside and we can talk about other people.
I mean, in any case, I don't think they're midfielders. They are forwards, so we can just talk about the midfielders.
All right. So let's start with this, guys. Baru's prepared something special for later on. He's found the 5 gems of Asian game to find 5 midfielders from Asian football. But let's start with the easier
Apart
ones.
from himself?
Dude, Baru is a forward, a defending forward. And I think Stoop is a left back, no, if I'm not wrong.
No. I never played in left back, unfortunately. I didn't have the privilege to play there. I was predominantly in center and right. But I actually conceptualized the whole concept of a left back. And that worked out pretty fine for a lot of people.
Sure. All right. So let's start with this. Let's start with the continent of Africa. Because, if we have to talk about 5 best midfielders, I guess it would be very easy to just get down the conversation and close it. But I thought if we could look at it, at least from a continent-wise, probably we can speak of something. So let's start with Africa. Who is, according to you guys, is the greatest African midfielder of the last decade? For me, the answer is very obvious. But so Vijay, I would start with you. And
Yes,
Stoop, you should know the answer for this. Come on.
Stoop is wearing a jersey that belongs to him, is it?
Exactly. Stoop is wearing the jersey that belongs to that guy. And I don't know where Stoop is. Are you need to say
Vijay,
the answer. This is an audio podcast. Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, that's a prerequisite for an audio podcast.
Prerequisite for an audio
Being
podcast,
audible.
Stoop, is not showing your jersey. It's saying the name written on the jersey.
And also not to wear one.
Yeah, so
who's answering this question right now?
You're answering the question. Who is the greatest African midfielder of the previous decade?
If you ask me, it has to be Yaya Toure. There is no doubt about that. Like the way he played for City
Okay.
in all City history, I think Yaya is one of the most influential players they've ever had.
Yeah, Yaya Toure, along with David Silva and Sergio Aguero and Vincent Kompany, obviously, was the backbone of that City team, right?
Yes.
And I actually searched for
Yes.
the only other guy I could think of was John Obi Mikel. That obviously makes Baru happy.
If you look at African midfielders, Mikel is nice, but this guy is criminally underrated, Michael Essien. But for the greater part of the century, I mean the decade, he has been injured for too long, way too long.
Essie's best days were when he was at Chelsea, and then after that, though, it was like a short-lived career more than anything.
Does Mahrez count as a midfielder?
I don't know, Vijay. Does Mahrez count as a midfielder? Someone who
Should I
is
answer
ranked,
this?
who's ranked second after Yaya Toure.
I generally consider the front three as forwards, so I wouldn't necessarily rank them. So I don't know.
Isn't Mahrez like the second forward on the bench for City or something right now? But if you look at his Leicester performances, didn't Vardy was up top, but other than that, they had Mahrez playing in the midfield 4 or the midfield 5, whatever you like it. So Mahrez is a good midfielder, if you have to say no. The same with Sadio Mane. Mane doesn't play as a forward for Senegal. He plays in the midfield 3 or the midfield 4, whatever system they play. So I think it's fair to even consider him, right?
By the way, I've also heard John Obi Mikel plays number 10 for Nigeria. Baru can.
He does.
Oh, so why is it that when we talk about African players, either we think of defenders or strikers? There somehow seems to be a dearth of good African midfielders. Is it because Europeans generally don't tend to, or European scouts don't generally look at them as a good midfielders or something?
Africans, they have great work rate. They can, they might not be the fastest on the pitch, but the amount of effort they put in, the amount of ground they cover throughout the entire 90 minutes, the stamina, I think that sets them apart. So you will rarely see an African who is a player kind of. You will mainly see them to be box-to-box guys who are there everywhere on the pitch.
Can't you just count the entire French team into Africa right now?
Yeah, the greatest European midfielder is probably African, Zidane.
Yeah, as Trevor Noah say, Africa won the World Cup.
I thought you were going to say N'Golo Kante.
Dude, N'Golo Kante.
Vieira.
I mean, Vieira, Kante, Zidane, like, isn't even Vijay's favorite Benzema part of like the African trope?
Yeah, he's Mohammed Salman's brother. He's Asian.
All right, Vijay, this is a question to you. Obviously, Stu can answer it later. But if you had to pick between Kante or Yaya Toure, and assume for a second that Kante is not French, so if you had to pick between one of those two, who would it be?
Yaya Toure would be the better one, but I would rather choose Kante. Kante
Why?
Whatever he does. Yaya, he is not that great when he is defending. At least when he was at City, but Kante is quite excellent.
All right, guys.
But between the two, I would say Toure is the better footballer, no doubt about it.
Okay, let's move to the Americas. So, no point obviously talking.
I'd add an honorable mention to Alex Song, who actually had a couple of good seasons in the last decade.
Dude, stop bringing up Arsenal references, random Arsenal references everywhere. Alex Song, like really now.
He was quite good for us when we signed Arteta. Those 2 seasons, he was our main playmaker actually. So he played quite well.
So we'll talk about Song and we'll completely ignore Alex Iwobi.
Sorry, Baru, why don't you say something about Alex Iwobi?
Doesn't this side need a little flair in this team?
You mean you get rid of Yaya Toure and get Alex Iwobi in?
No, let Toure handle the Vieira role behind, but Alex Iwobi deserves to be like on the left of center, and display some flair, bedazzle the opponents.
Sure. I mean, now that we're like done with all the Arsenal players, can we move on to South America then? All right, Stoop. After some technical glitches and everything, we've come to a new system of recording. Why don't you give us the names of your best midfielders from the South America? I'm assuming it is mostly South America over the last decade, and then Vijay, you give on yours, and Baru will critique both of you and see how to fit in Roque Santa Cruz at the end of it.
Okay.
All right, Stoop. Why don't you go?
I like this guy Ever Banega. So when I started watching Banega, I was not a big fan of Banega, but in the last World Cup, probably he was the only one who supported Messi in the entire team. That pass from Banega in the match against Nigeria, if you remember.
Yeah.
The way Messi received the ball, everybody highlights that. But if you look at the pass, it was a perfectly weighted pass. And Banega, I think his distribution, everything was top notch. It's just that his initial days in Spain was not good. And the Copa prior to that was also not good. But he improved after that. So Banega is one player I really like from South America. Apart from that, Casemiro. One guy you have to admit, he belongs to Real Madrid. He is a dirty player, but
Oh
he has
God,
influence on
really?
that.
You would say Casemiro? Oh my God, Stoop! I thought you had
No,
like
why not?
better taste than that.
No, I mean, he's effective. If
But
you
is
ask
he?
me, I would definitely.
But is he part of any sort of best midfield list of the last decade?
No, he's not,
Yeah, I
because
thought
he
Stoop
is
would
not.
go for like Dani Alves or something over Casemiro.
Danny Alves, even though he's a right
It's
back,
not
he was
that.
all.
It's not
He's
that. But Casemiro, whenever he's played for Real Madrid, he's been absolutely brutally effective.
okay. So we have
So
Banega
sometimes,
and Casemiro. I don't think that those two would be on top of anyone's mind while talking about any sort of list. But who are your other three names?
Oh, wait for it, Saru.
now I'll have to think about South American football midfielders. If you ask midfielders last decade, the top of the mind
Stoop,
recalls
there
are
is
all
one in your
European.
team. Stoop, there is one in your team.
Mascherano.
No, currently,
Arthur,
Arturo Vidal. Yeah, he must be in the
yes,
list.
Vidal. Yes, Vidal was, but unfortunately, I have not seen Vidal at all during his Bayern Munich days.
He was
Okay.
much better than what he was with. He is with Barcelona.
Now, see, Barcelona currently the team is it's actually stalled. The whole team is now stale. It needs to be changed. Vidal, Rakitic, all those players, same thing happening time and again. The transfer has been absolutely pathetic over the last 5-6 seasons.
Yeah,
So
but if we talk about, let's see, Arturo Vidal didn't. He's won enough of what do you call? He's won enough leagues and he's been quite effective. And if I'm not wrong, he's won a
At least 7 leagues, if I'm not wrong.
yeah.
he
So
he was quite influential in Bayern
yeah,
and Juventus also. See, the Pogba people, the United guys bought Pogba. So Vidal, I think that point of time was the reason why Pogba could play with so much liberty.
okay. And all right, Vijay, who
So,
are your
are you having Vidal in your list?
Now that you ask me, yes, I will definitely consider him one of the top 10, but might not be in the top 5.
all right? Vijay, who would you be? Like who would be in your list?
The two he mentioned for the exact same reasons, Ever Banega and Casemiro. Then I'll also have Arturo Vidal, given I suggested it. Then James Rodriguez, but and then James Rodriguez, given he's not been very consistent.
Dude, James Rodriguez scores like one wonder goal every 3 years.
But he also hardly makes it to the team. Let me just get through this, Saru. And then Coutinho must be there, given he's also played as a midfielder.
Coutinho of Liverpool, yes.
Correct. I agree. And then I'll have Fernandinho.
Fernandinho, yes, absolutely.
Fernandinho.
You guys don't consider Alexis Sanchez, even though he's had horrible 2 years. Come on, Sanchez had like one of the best.
And Saru, just two more names I just wanted to mention. One is Angel Di Maria, who actually played centre midfield when Real won the La Decima. And then Valverde, who's the new kid on the block, who's really, really good.
Yeah, but come on, you are just like you.
Not a midfielder of the decade, surely. Yeah.
You and Stoop are just now adding all the names of all the players you like, and then trying to like.
That's the whole discussion about midfielders we like, and they are not bad players. Any team having them, I think they are excellent players to have in your squad.
Yeah, see, but I don't know if you look at Baru. How do you add Roque Santa Cruz to this list? Do you think he can get into top 5?
Yeah, we can just make him the manager. Then he can just walk in wherever he wants.
Player manager.
Baru, what do you think of Oscar and Ramirez?
Roque. Yeah, come on. I mean, see, if you have to consider two things. One is...
Sorry, what did Vijay ask?
No, you
Oscar and Ramirez.
What do I think of Oscar and Ramirez? I think Oscar was great, and even Ramirez was so underrated at Chelsea. I remember a performance against City when they were playing Pellegrini City, when everyone thought that City were flying then, and they thought that City is going to just like beat Chelsea.
Yeah, I remember this game.
And Chelsea put on a performance that they won only 1-0, but they could have easily done 3 or 4. Ramirez was. It was an away game,
right?
yeah. And
yeah.
Ramirez was the heart of everything. If you see, Ramirez had some performances against Valencia, but the thing with these two guys is they really didn't turn up much for Brazil. And even though they played for Chelsea, then they went to China. Once you go to China, you get no information on how they play. So it's the problem with China in any ways. Once you enter that place, you just.
Are they still in China?
Yes, they are. No, not anymore because of this Corona thing. They had to fly back. But yeah, they are. I don't know. I mean, look at it. If you look at 2010 and 14 World Cups, even 2014 and 18 especially, even though Argentina reached that final of 14, I can't think of many midfielders like, the previous decade. They didn't like Valencia have like 2-3 great midfielders from Argentina.
That was during the time of Pablo Aimar.
Yeah, that was amazing. But I don't see any midfielders from
Aimar
South.
would be the decade prior to that.
Correct. No, I'm saying that last decade, yeah, you get like Banega and everyone, but you don't have someone of the caliber of Aimar. We are like talking about putting Angel Di Maria because he played midfield sometime for Real Madrid in 1 year, things like that. Like there's no midfielder who's.
This guy, from what I have seen of Aimar, is that he was extremely inconsistent. He never had one extremely good season. He would have half the season he played amazing football, and the next half he just vanished. So, like Di Maria could play consistently at the top level for one full season. He has done that more than once. But Aimar, I don't remember. Either he came in the middle of the season and continued till the end, or he shined in the beginning of the season, and by the time the season came to an end, he was just gone.
Yes, that's true.
Saru, there has also been cases of where talents which hasn't gone to the next stage. For example, there was this guy Ganso who came along with Neymar and Lucas Moura. All three were actually, the names were taken together. Only Neymar went on to achieve something. And Lucas Moura has had a late revival. And there was this another guy called Henriquez who played for Juventus for 1 or 2 seasons. He was another who was quite a good midfielder, deep lying playmaker.
He doesn't play for
And then you had Javier Pastore from Argentina, who again didn't become the player he ought to have become.
I had a lot of expectation from Javier Pastore, but only that one season with PSG he did well, and then again.
Yeah, but then that there was a time when PSG had this Zlatan, Pastore. That was the time they had Thiago Silva, probably still there. I don't even remember now. But yeah, so Pastore had a lot of help. But after that, he just fell so much in the pecking order, and there was so much money he was being paid. So I think I'll give the final word to Baru, and we can close this. Baru, because there's such a dearth of midfield talent.
We have not discussed one player who I think is the second best player in the 2014 World Cup.
Who?
Mascherano.
Mascherano is captain, leader, legend, manager, FA president, and he is part of the.
Isn't he also the highest cap player for Argentina?
I don't know that. Maybe Messi is the one right now.
Yeah. So Baru, given we are bringing Mascherano back here, I think we should just end this by saying that Messi is the best midfield player also ever in the last decade and close this, right?
That's actually true.
Yeah, but as Aunstup started the podcast with Messi's on the bench.
Yeah, it's time to bring him Jose Mourinho 20th minute substitution. Just get him on.
Saru, excuse me, can we include Dybala?
Of course we can. If you're bringing back Messi, why not include Dybala? We can just get all the forwards of Argentina and Brazil. So get in Neymar. And just for kicks, get in Hulk also.
Some sort of a tilted midfield, is it, Aunstup?
Yeah.
If the question is like if somebody has been good throughout the decade, then yes, Mascherano should be one of the players who's been quite consistent over the entire decade.
But hasn't Mascherano also played centre back for the entire decade in club football? What would you say about that?
For club football he has. For Liverpool, for West Ham, he was in the midfield. For Barcelona, he was 30% time he was in the midfield, 70% in defense.
Argentina over the last
So
5-6 years, he's been in defense only, right?
Argentina, no. Argentina only
No,
one
Argentina
or
he played
twice, once or
midfield.
twice. Argentina is midfield, proper midfield.
Oh, then we have to get in Mascherano in that. Dude, that guy was.
I think that midfield included Enzo Perez, Mascherano, and Di Maria, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, that's not bad. All right. So, okay, guys, let's talk about the names all of you know. Let's start with Baru here. यूरोप में बोलो भाई 5 नाम तेरे पसंद के जो पिछले डेकेड में अच्छे किए हो.
What, we're done with South America?
Why are you? Do you have any more names? I thought Messi is the best. We've all agreed and moved on.
I just want to know if Sanchez is playing or not.
Who?
If Alexis Sanchez is playing or not, just tell me that.
He
Yes,
is
the
too.
piano.
I mean, Alexis
Brilliant.
Sanchez has to be in that list. Chalo, we'll put him.
All right, then. Europe, I think we can easily start with where we want to make Cristiano Ronaldo play.
No, he's still on the bench.
Also
Let's get him back later. Forget that. Europe has talent. It's not like talentless like South America suddenly.
Right. I think currently we can start with raw talent, which is Paul Pogba. He deserves to be in this side. He just needs like a good manager or a good person to mold the way he plays. Otherwise, he's a playmaker.
Manchester United have spent $400 million till now searching for that key. For unlocking Paul Pogba.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, they're just waiting for football Twaddle to step in.
Okay. Other than Pogba, I thought you would start with Santi Cazorla.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't put him in the top in this, rough side. He's a diamond and he deserves to be in a separate team of his own.
Of 11
Like,
Santis.
I'll take 11.
Baru wants to protect
11
Cazorla
Santis.
from any criticism.
Give me 11 Santis and I'll win you the World Cup and the AFC Cup.
By playing the same team.
Not everyone can say that.
Okay. Who said this anyway?
I don't know. I'm just saying not everyone can say that.
All right. So you have Santi Cazorla, which we are not putting in this list, and Paul Pogba, whom we are putting on this list. And according to Stu, we need a key for him to unlock Pogba.
The Chabiwala.
The key maker from the Matrix.
Should it be Xabi Alonso then?
Oh my God. Have we uncovered it? Xabi Alonso.
अबे जल्दी बोल यार. We don't have all day. एक नाम बोल के बस. You're just so happy, Paul Pogba.
Ask for 5.
I asked for 5 names.
God, I thought just one from me. Acha, theek hai. So we've got Pogba, and apart from him, I think we can also add. Why is Pogba the only name in my head right now?
Are you desperately trying to not add any of the Barcelona players?
How about Andres Iniesta, Baru? I think he's a decent player.
Yeah, we can add Xavi and Iniesta then.
Wow.
Because I think together they work in a way that actually unlock the entire Euros and the World Cups and the whatever beach mein FIFA has those Super Cup tournaments which they kept winning.
Wow.
Confederations Cup.
Huh. I don't even know who wins Confederations Cup. I thought it was just like a preview to the World Cup.
Yeah, and then obviously since this team can't just manage without any playmaking, so we can add Mesut Ozil also. So there you go.
That's nice.
So a team of Xavi, Pogba and Iniesta can't manage playmaking, so we added Ozil to this.
Yeah, he's the one who's going to create the space and the brilliant passes.
All right.
Come on, he has the most assists, man.
Okay. I'm not told. We have to just give opinions, that's all. We are not haters. I mean, you and I have had the rare privilege to watch Ozil play defensive midfield as well. So,
while fighting a losing battle.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
country did they play against? Was it Switzerland?
No,
Mexico.
Germany, Mexico. So Mesut Ozil for the last 20 minutes was defensive midfielder, and he didn't give up. He ran. He did quite well in that game. The rest of the Germany team sucked, but whatever. All right, Paru. Vijay, get on with it. Now, please don't give the Xavi, Iniesta stuff. We've already heard that from Paru.
Yeah, I'll have Toni Kroos as the best.
He is. Yeah, he is the best.
That's one. Second would be Thiago from Bayern. Then Kevin De Bruyne, who will win this eventually. Then
I didn't know we had a vote, but all right.
yeah, and then who else? I think Modric and Iniesta.
Wow. Stu, before you give your list, I'm sure there's enough overlapping names. Do you think Baru's midfield five is better than Vijay's midfield five?
No, I don't think so.
Why does that? You're an Ozil hater. You're an Ozil denier.
No, I am not noticing. He gave me quite a few points in Fantasy Premier League.
Is that all you care about, dude?
I love that thing.
It's like the first justification of why I'm not an Ozil hater.
I think he supports City because City gives him the maximum FPL points. Not that he likes City.
No. If you are playing Fantasy Premier League regularly, you will know that if you need points, the last team you should bank is on City because you don't know the rotation will be there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a favorite phrase which FPL users use for Pep Guardiola, but given that his mother passed away and is going through tough times, I think we would just let that pass this week.
So it's City supporting City has got nothing to do with Fantasy Premier League. I mean, if Fantasy Premier League is the basis on which you will support City, I think you'll hate City.
All right, can we get back to midfielders? Is Kevin De Bruyne one of them in your top five of the last decade?
Yes, most certainly, yes. Kevin has been amazing. I mean, last season City won without Kevin De Bruyne. The year before that and this season Kevin De Bruyne, whenever he's played, he's been amazing.
And he's amazing for even Belgium, dude. He
is the next City captain. Once Silva is going out, he is the next City captain. And I think after the Chelsea exit, those two spell that Bremen and Wolfsburg, right?
Yeah.
Wolfsburg.
He went to Wolfsburg after Chelsea. Before that, he was at Bremen on loan.
So from Chelsea to Bremen on loan and then permanent transfer to Wolfsburg, I think.
Yeah.
Those two spells were like really good for Kevin then, and the Kevin we see in Man City is amazing.
Is there no English player in your midfielder of the decade?
See, I have just seen Jack Grealish for half a season.
I mean, there's been 9.5 years before Jack Grealish.
I mean, there should be Jack Wilshere, but you guys won't consider, so you're not mentioning.
After Frank Lampard, no English midfielder has given me any points
in FPL. So you wouldn't even consider Iniesta and everyone to be great because you don't play the fantasy league of La Liga.
No, Iniesta, you asked me not to name overlapping names, right?
Yes. Dude, it can't be that hard, right? There's Xabi Alonso.
Alonso is there. So Cruz is an amazing player. I think Real Madrid bought Cruz for some 25-26 million euros.
Yes.
Less than that.
So imagine the value of Toni Kroos, and I think he was supposed to go to United before he eventually moved to Madrid.
United tried buying the key before the
lock.
Before the lock.
So
Zidane is trying to buy the lock now.
So Toni Kroos is an amazing footballer. He is not the fastest footballer out there, but he somehow controls the game. You cannot fault me for supporting Iniesta. I would not say Xavi as much because Xavi, you see, he went away 2015, first year of Luis Enrique. That was his last season. So by then he was only playing 60-70% of the matches. So he was almost retiring. Iniesta, yes, most certainly yes. Iniesta has to be there in the list. Toni Kroos, Iniesta, this guy Kevin De Bruyne, and one guy I love a lot personally is Daniel De Rossi.
Oh, dude, he is.
See, I have my first club that I supported is AS Roma. So I'm still reading about them a bit here and there. So Daniel De Rossi has to be one guy who should be there in the list.
You know,
he played for Boca Juniors, didn't he? Recently,
he was there for half a season for Boca Juniors.
He's still there, no?
No, he left. He just wanted to experience it. But when they won the league, Boca
He won the
Juniors,
league, I think.
yeah. So finally, Daniel De Rossi won a league in his life, because when he joined
Yes.
Roma, he hadn't even won a league, like, because Totti had won it before that, and they
Yes,
were
Totti Battistuta season was the last time I have seen Roma win a league.
yeah, that is the only time. After that, they finished second 9 times in the last 18
Good
years.
God.
So De Rossi is almost the nearly man of Roma, but the Roman ultras absolutely love him. You guys forgot to mention Andrea Pirlo. Is it because of a particular hatred for his hairstyle, or you guys
No.
don't?
Andrea Pirlo Andrea Pirlo is an amazing bowler, but
Pirlo again went with Xavi, didn't he?
I have seen Pirlo in AC Milan, not much in Juventus. Yes, I have seen Juventus matches, but I saw Pirlo more when he was in AC Milan.
Oh, okay. That's really old, man.
That point of time, they used to be Serie A telecast regularly. Till 2008-9, I think Serie A was there.
Okay. There are some names which require some sort of honorable mentions. One is obviously we mentioned Kante. So in French, so we don't have to mention Kante again. But this.
Did we discuss David Silva?
Of course we
Oh,
did,
yeah.
and that's the name I was going to get to. David Silva.
Yes.
He's been the bedrock for City.
He is the best import in England in the last decade.
Kuch bhi. Like, you tell Kevin De Bruyne he is the future captain of the world, best fellow in England. David Silva, best import ever in England. Like
last decade, I said.
Why N'Golo
Will
Kante not
David
the
Silva
best
make it to
import?
the MCC 11?
Saru, what do you
David
think about
Silva.
Jorginho?
Dude, Jorginho, if Santi Cazorla is diamond, Jorginho is a diamond maker. I mean, how can you even compare Jorginho to all these random names you guys are throwing out right now?
Okay, carry on with David Silva.
Yeah. Who else was there? But this City team had so many good players, yeah. Like they have. Is there anyone we're missing? It seems surprising that Chelsea won 2 leagues without any great midfielder.
Fabregas.
Yes,
Matic.
he should be there in the list. Oh, Baru, why don't you talk about Fabregas' fabulous contribution towards Chelsea's causes?
Chelsea had the peak Eden Hazard. They had the peak Eden Hazard. I mean, how can you say that Chelsea won without any good midfielders? Eden Hazard, on his day, killer.
Yeah. So, Baru, what do you make of Fabregas' contributions towards Chelsea winning 2 league titles? I mean, are you happy that a boy brought up in Arsenal is doing so well in life, or are you just bitter?
It's the bedrock, the foundation that was set at Arsenal. So there was Arsenal DNA all over. I'm sure it sounds wrong, but there was Arsenal DNA all over Chelsea's Premier League cups. It would have been easier to see it if you guys have some black light in your trophy room.
Not black light. I
So
think
is it
you're
like
talking
Trevor
about
Noah said
UV
Arsenal won
light.
the Premier League?
Sorry?
No, like Trevor Noah said Africa won the World Cup. Should we say Arsenal won the Premier League?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we have won the Premier League, but not like the Premier League that we
No, that one.
Hmm.
Saru, you haven't mentioned two guys. One is Marco Verratti. Another is Isco.
But Isco has had such a downer of last 1.5 years, and he's played
He was
well only
crucial to 3 Champions League winning teams. You can't ignore that, can you?
Of course, I can ignore anything I want. That's not even the point, no. The point, look, like the names you guys mentioned, they've all played for 10 years. As if you ask Stoop about any name of City, he'll say they've been the bedrock of the team for 10 years or 5 years, 6 years. So they've all played for so long, so well. Isco's played like 2.5 good seasons, man. How can you even consider them in any list?
No, as honorable mention, not as a player of the decade or anything.
Yeah, and as always, we'll just get rid of all of these people and bring in Cristiano Ronaldo when need requires.
Who is better than Messi? We should mention.
What? No way. That's not what I meant.
Alarm.
All right, Stu. Okay, the final question to you guys. Which is the best team you've seen in the last decade? Like, in general, the best team you enjoyed the most watching. It need not be best in terms of trophies and all that bullshit.
This is an
The
easy
most
one.
enjoyable team for you guys in the last decade. Let's start with Stu.
Luis Enrique's Barcelona.
Is it better than? Did you enjoy it more than Pep Guardiola's the 100-point season City?
It was Pep Guardiola was full of style. Enrique was like, you score 5 goals, we'll outscore you no matter what.
All right. Oh yeah, and they had the MSN road. That was the time when they just like gave the ball to those three guys. Those were.
So if you the best MSN moment for me, if you ask me, is that Luis Suarez, what he did to Benatia.
Oh yeah,
Fine.
I remember that.
I love that.
Okay, Vijay, you.
Can you explain?
I have to mention 3 to 4 teams. I'm sorry. Saru.
No, dude, you can't.
What?
Everyone can mention 4 teams. The point of this is you give one.
Okay, the best would obviously be Pep Guardiola's 2011 Barcelona team. It's absolutely fantastic. And that evisceration of Man United in the final, I haven't seen a more one-sided final ever. They were absolutely brutal. That team will go down in history as the greatest, probably.
Okay. Tanuj will say Arsenal 14-15 season team.
Yeah, if you're playing low ball poker, then I'll go for that. But yeah, Barcelona early on in the decade were just a different team here. I mean, they defined the way football was being played for that part of the decade. But since it's already been spoken about, I'll just go for the more recent ones. Man City and Liverpool in the past 2 years, domestically and Liverpool in Europe were something else, especially with the whole counter-attacking and high press form of football that they came out with. On no part of the pitch was the opposition in a safe space. The minute they lose the ball, next thing their version of the MSN, which was the new Mohamed Salah, Sane and Mane, was
And Firmino.
Sorry, Firmino. It was just crazy, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, at both ends of the decade, you got teams playing different styles of football, but beautiful nonetheless.
Yeah, for whatever it's worth, I would say Bayern Munich
last
treble.
decade.
Yeah.
Last decade, then I would have said Eduardo leading the Arsenal team.
Oh God,
But that's
no. That was not even the question, but thank you for your additional supplementary answers. Alright,
for we have to mention Zidane's Real Madrid and Mourinho's Real Madrid, which is 2 fantastic teams.
Yeah, well, no. I'm not too big fan of bald managers, so whatever.
Mourinho was bald then.
Huh? Zidane was bald.
Mourinho wasn't bald then. Mourinho wasn't bald then.
Mourinho, nahi. I'm talking about Zidane.
Okay.
Baldness retrospectively, changes his views.
Yeah. Alright, but for whatever it's worth, I would say Bayern Munich treble winning team. Oh, that was something. That year they were beasts.
That was a good team.
And I don't know if you remember, but they beat Barcelona 7-0 over 2 legs in that semi-final.
Oh yeah. 4-0 at Camp Nou, right?
No, 3-0 at Camp Nou, 4-0 at Allianz. Oh, that was so good. Anyway, I think we are running out of time, guys. So, Stu, thanks a lot.
Pleasure, man.
Vijay, thank you again.
See you, Saru.
And Baru, see you later, man.
Jai Mata Di.
JMD to you too.
Go Corona, go.
Go Corona, go.
Hey, have you guys? I mean, we still have like 4 minutes of recording, but isn't that become the anthem of the world? I've seen people of other countries also start saying, "Go Corona, go."
Athawale.
So the debate on time.
You see the Shakira of this decade?
They had Athawale on one side and they had somebody else on the other side, and he's like, "So my chant is being used across the world." And the counter from the other side was, "Yeah, so did it stop the spread of Corona?"
But what did he reply?
Right now.
But what did he reply?
He said, no, at least it is driving, it is leading, the charge.
Yes, it is. The funniest part of that video was he got a random Chinese guy to stand next to him. All right. In these weird times, I guess that's at the entertainment we need. All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Take care.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Stay safe, guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Anupam Gupta. I'm B50 on Twitter. I am the host of Paisa Vaisa, the show that talks money. On my show, I speak to experts from every field of money and finance. From stock markets, equities, debt funds, credit cards, life insurance, every possible area of money and finance that you can think of. We even did an episode on cryptocurrency. I've got fantastic guests from mutual funds to personal finance experts everywhere. Robo-advisory, startups, just name it, we've got it. At Paisa Vaisa, we help you make smart decisions about money. You work hard for money. Now make your money work hard for you. New episodes out every Monday, and you can listen to my show on the IVM Podcast app or any other podcasting app that you have.
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IBM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.